If you freelance, you have had this moment. Someone emails asking where the project is at, and you generally don't know if you ever invoice them. Client works live in your inbox, deadline lives in your head, and the money you are owed, that lives nowhere. So let me show you the tracker I would want if I were running client work. Clients, project, and invoice are in one file. 5 tabs. We have the start here, the client tab, the project tab, the invoice tab, and then also the dashboard. So you do have everything that you need to track your client project. It's one spreadsheet. It works in Google Sheet and Microsoft Excel. No add-on, no login, and I want to be upfront. So this is not bookkeeping. It's not tracking your tax deduction. This is a business side of who your client are and what you owe them and who owes you. Also, if you check my shop, which I'll share the link in the description below, and you like also a tax tracker, I do have that in the shop, and you can feel free to check the link to learn more about it. So here are the rules for the whole file. So if the cell is blue, that's yours to edit. You type in. If it's black, it's calculating for you automatically. So that's it. Let's come over to client tab. So the client tab is your little CRM, and which client it is. You have the status, the start date, and then the due date and what you coded them and how far along you are here. So watch this. If I bump this down to 100%, you can see that it shows complete, and then it also calculates in dollars, so you can already change the amount. So really useful when you are deciding whether it's fair to invoice a milestone. And this last column, timeline, is my favorite thing in this file. Matches the due date against today, and then green when it's complete, blue when you are on track, and amber when it's due within a week, and then red, for example, when it's overdue. Over here, you can see it changing quickly the colors over here. So you don't set those, you don't maintain them, you just open the file and the deadline that needs you are already glowing. Let's now come to the invoice tab over here. This is where the money lives. Invoice number, client, what it is for, the amount, when you send it, when it's due, and status is a drop down left, and then you do have other sent as well as the paid. So as you can see, it changed colors to keep it easy to keep track of. You have to keep honest, because look at the next column. State, it's calculated, it's paid, it says paid. If it's still a draft, it says draft. If you have sent it and the due date has passed, it turned red, and then it also say overdue. I count the day for you. For example, here the due date has passed, now it says overdue. And then it also calculate the number of days it is overdue. So here is 29 days. So as you can see here and here, for Bryce, 46 days. So now let's mark this one paid, for example, to green immediate. Every total in the file just updated. That's the whole point. You are not maintaining a system, you are just telling the truth about 3 things: if it's draft, if it's paid, or if it's sent. So now let's come over to the dashboard. And the dashboard, this is the payoff. The dashboard, you type nothing here, you just read it. 6 number across the top, active client, active project, and then open pipeline. That's every project that isn't finished. So it is the work that is in front of you. And then the collected amount, that's actually what landed in your account. And then outstanding, what you have billed and you are still waiting on. And then the overdue in gold, because that is the number that should annoy you. Right now, this sample business has 18,000 in open pipeline, has collected $8,900, and it's owed 7,950 in outstanding, 6,150 already overdue amount. Read that again. So this freelancer is owed more than they have been paid. And most freelancers genuinely do not know that number about their own business. The chart break it down. project status over here, and your invoice split into paid, current, and overdue, and also draft. But this is the bit I'll actually use on a Monday morning. Who to chase. Automatically list every invoice you are still waiting on, who it is from, how much, and also how many days late it is. That's your morning. 5 follow-up emails. You can see exactly who to send them to. Setup takes about a minute. There is a Start Here tab that walks you through it. In Excel, just open the file. If you are in Google Sheet, upload it to Drive. Open it and hit File and then make a copy. There is a welcome file that walks you through all the steps, and that's the step most people miss. So don't forget to make a copy so that you can save your edits. And then you add your client, you add the project, the invoice, and then the dashboard will build itself and tell you about your business. It's an instant download. Link is in the description. If you are doing client work and you have ever lost track of an invoice, this will pay for itself the first time it catches one. Also, if you are a 9 to 5 or building something online, you have come to the right place, as I have tools to all your finance that also might be helpful. So check the link below for my shop if you also like the bookkeeping part of freelancing, as I have that in my shop. And thank you for watching. Please subscribe and like and share if you have found this helpful.